Hey, good morning, guys. It's Saturday morning, September 28th, and I got a request to do. They asked me, somebody asked me what I use for a pipe machine and pipe threaders and whatnot. So I figured I'd do a little spread out of what I use and why I use it in different scenarios. For threading pipe, black pipe. Black pipe would be used for, gas pipe or oil tanks, and we no longer use it for heating systems. For the most part, we use copper and whatnot, on bigger lines. So I just figured I'd do a little review and a little video on what I like to use. Alright, so basically what I got is I got different size dies here. Industry standard's basically rigid, which is top of the line as far as I'm concerned. I got this little beaver here, which is a nice little setup. It goes from 1 inch all the way to 1/8. So, usually you're not going to be doing anything smaller than 3/8 on threaded black pipe, but I do have the capabilities here to do it. Alright, and then I got this ridgid, which is the smaller size head. They have a 1 inch, which I don't have. I got the 3/4, the half, and the 3/8. Which is basically what you would use, for residential work. Okay, and then we got this drop-in die where you can go from with a bigger head. You could use these smaller dies with this adapter, which is a pretty cool thing. All right, and then I got a full set of regular drop-in dies. I got the 2 inch all the way down to 1/8. The big size drop-in dies, which take the bigger head ratchet. Okay, and you got yourself a a cutter that would cut from probably from 1/4 inch all the way to 2 inch. And we got a reamer here. After you cut the pipe in a pipe machine or in a vise with this cutter, you have to ream it. There'll be a burr on the inside. Over here I got a nipple chuck for making nipples. Now there are other type of dies that go inside pipe machines that are different than this. They're shallower, and that's what you would use this nipple chuck on a stationary type of machine. It has a stacked head that you could adjust. It's very thin, and that's what you use a nipple chuck on. This one right here, this ridgid, goes from 1 to 2 inch. It's adjustable. And you got the oiler here. Basically, when you're threading pipe, you have to oil it. But basically, it just, once it gets primed, it works great. There we go, see? So as you're threading the pipe, you can oil it. And I'll do some threading later. I'll show you what it's like with that. That's what they call a ridgid 700. It's a handheld machine. You can drop any of those dies right into here. And as you pull the trigger, this head spins to thread the pipe. They call a pony. Okay, and this is great if you've got a piece of pipe that's up in the air and you got to throw a thread on it, and it's a bigger pipe and you don't want to take it down. You could use this, and then this is the clamp that will go on the pipe and stop that pony from spinning. This is a clamp right here that's designed for this, up in the air, or in a pipe machine or a pipe vise. Now, if you're going to be threading with the pony, you'd use industry standard pipe vise like this, or this vise right here. You could strap onto a lolly column in the cellar. A couple of different ways you can do it. Okay. Now, if you are going to use the pony, which is the handheld threader with the big dies on this type of thing, and you're over like 3/4, like 1 inch, 1.25 inches, what you have to do is you're going to have to brace this thing, because when you're turning that, when you're using that machine, this whole thing will spin right on you. So what I do, if I'm going to use the pony, I'll slip the pony on here, okay, and the arm comes out, and I'll put a piece of ferrine from the bottom of the arm on that pony to that foot right there, or a 2x4. So when I'm threading the pipe, I got that 2x4 coming up, and I got the pony on there. You'll stop this thing from spinning on you. The reason why I don't like to use the pony, and I rather use this pipe machine, the simple reason that this thing is slow, and you know, when you make your cuts, if you're going to use the hand cutter, you got to spin it. If I was going to use the pony, I would use the chop saw, the porta band, to make a cut. Makes it easier. You can make the cut with a porta band. You don't have to really ream it as much, and it's one less step that you have to do by hand with the hand cutter. Okay. Now I used to have a Ridgid 300, which is basically the same machine as this, but it's heavier. The reason why I like this Oster 100 power drive, because the legs, first of all, this tray will come right off. And you can see under here, it's got this little pin that you can back right off, and these legs come right off. And then this machine's, that's all that it is. Now you can handle this one guy easy enough, this Oster pipe machine. Most of the times you're getting these jobs, you know, a residential type of thing, you got to carry this down into the house or in the backyard to thread a pipe. So this is much lighter than the Ridgid 300, and it's faster. You see how fast it is for threading the pipe. This thing slides out here, you know, for to catch your arm. And what I did on mine was, I got a foot pedal from Ridgid 300 basically. What I did is I made this setup. I brought the power into this 4-way box, so I got constant power here. If I need a drill or chop saw, whatever I need, I got power here if I'm working out in the backyard. Then I came out with this plug here, goes through this foot pedal. Okay, you can see over here it's got forward, off, reverse. So if I got it in forward and I want to spin it, all I got to do is step on that pedal, release my foot, the thing stops. Now you don't need that. You can plug it in direct and work with the switch, which I did for a while, but that's what I like to do. And it seems to work pretty good for me. So that's the different scenarios we have to work with thread and pipe. And I'll set this machine up, and I got a piece of 1.5 inches here. I'll thread that 1.5 inches. Show you what it's like. That machine works great. Alright guys, so obviously first thing you do is put the pipe in there, tighten it up. Alright. You want to ream the pipe. Now that pipe had a nice square cut on it, so it really didn't need to be reamed. But if it does have a little burr on it, this thing will peel it right off of there, the reamer. Next thing you want to do is get your die that you need and your drop in. Put it right in there. You know, if you had to cut that piece, let me do a cut first. Alright guys, I'm going to cut this pipe. Got a little shelf over there allows you to, you know, put all your stuff on there, or you can put it down inside the bucket down there if you want. If you can see, I have the oiler down there. So as I use the oiler, it'll drop right back and down into the oiler pan. Alright, so now I'll have to ream that pipe. Seeing how I cut it, you'll see there'll be a burr on it. A burr. I'll cut that off. Very simple. Put your reamer in there. There it is. That's off. Next thing you want to do is put your dye on there. You have to turn this whichever way you're going to be going. What I like to do is I like to just get it started like that. As you can see, the oil is right below the thread. And as you're running it, I got my foot pedal there. And you want to just oil this with the oiler. Plenty of oil in there. I want to make sure you get a good thing of oil. Alright, you want to go a couple of threads past on the end there. That's all you need. Okay? And stop it. That's why I like that foot pedal. I can stop it very easily. Now what you want to do on this is now you got to reverse it. So what you want to do is you want to take that, spin that like that. You can do a couple of cranks by hand. And put the pipe machine in reverse. Step on the pedal. Boom, she's going to come right off. Now you want to do it by hand a couple of times to loosen it, because if not, when you hit that pedal, that thing's going to want to go. Now see how fast this machine is? It's a lot faster than the ridgid. That's why I like it. Alright. There you go. Perfect thread. You know, and if you're going to be, you know, putting elbows and stuff on it, what you could do is you could put some pipe dope, wipe it with a rag, some pipe dope. Put your elbow on right here with a pipe wrench, tighten it right up. That's one less joint you have to do out in the field. Alright guys, hope that helped, but that's the way I do my thing. You know, this thing's portable, it's lightweight, pack it up and go. When I'm done with it, it's not that big of a deal, unbolt it, you know, get it back in the truck and get back to the shop. Alright guys, here's the pony. I just want to do a comparison between the speed. The pony's slow. And I'll slow that spinning. Sorry, it's kind of a little loud, but it's probably half the speed of this machine. Which makes a difference, you know. If you're threading pipe and trying to put a job together, speed means a lot. But you know, this machine has its purpose, its place. It's lightweight, it's easy to carry, portable. You're going to be doing a couple of half-inch joints, or a couple of half-inch and three-quarter joints. You're probably better off just taking this one. You know, this pipe vise, that machine, the dies you need. Usually I do is I carry all the dies in this bucket right here, all the different size dies, so when I go I have them all. I just wanted to do a comparison between the two. You know, and then this thing packs up nice right here. Basically, this is how I do it. I put a piece of 1-inch pipe in there. Helps me carry it. I'll just unbolt it right here. It pops right off. Alright, basically the legs come apart, they fold up right here. Boom. Pipe machine. You can carry that easy enough. It's not that heavy. I got the base, and I got my foot pedal mechanism. You know, obviously you gotta bring your oiler and your dies. But that's it. Set that base up in the backyard or in the guy's cellar. Carry this top right in, bolt it right on, tighten it up, put the base, that carriage on the bottom for your cutters and your dies, and you're ready to go. This little machine, they're no longer made, but you can still find them on eBay. Much better than the Ridgid. I had the Ridgid 300, and that sucker was heavy, man. I'm a one-man operation, and it's not easy carrying that thing around, lugging that beast. Yeah, but number your two options, the best way to thread pipe. Obviously, you can do it by hand also, if you had to. Just ratchet it by hand. Alright guys, thanks for watching.